taking the control away from me. Starting the episode. Without my consent.
What are you talking
I don't
about? Are you okay?
Yeah. How's it going, everyone?
I was hoping we could have caught a little bit of what was just happening on camera.
I'm too tech savvy. I saw your hand moving.
Ooh. Welcome to today's episode, everybody. It's another episode of Mega64antine.
Yo.
We're back. It's back hot. In the library, back in the Pirates Cove. Am I shouting? I have a habit of shouting.
Oh, no.
Right in the microphone.
No. You said the library.
I said library.
Yeah, that'd be funny if I was like, shut the fuck up.
Ooh, excuse me.
We're trying to do a podcast and you're yelling.
My gosh. Now everybody knows I hold in my sneezes like a freak. Anyways, leave a comment if you hold in your sneezes like a freak.
I think you said that in an episode before.
I do it all the time. Every girlfriend I've ever had has convinced me that it's
gross.
No, not that it's gross. They've tried to convince me that it's detrimental to my health.
Yeah,
to do that.
You're popping your eardrums. That's a real thing. I heard that before. If you like pinch your nose when you're sneezing, it's like it like the pressure goes through your sinuses.
You're probably
I'm sure
right.
That's fake,
You're probably right. I'm not going to deny it. All I'm going to say is I've been doing this for more years than I haven't been doing it.
Yeah,
it's probably why I'm so fucked up.
So,
anyways, welcome to today's episode.
Yo.
We have left Hangar 64. We were escorted out of it. If you were joining us last week, yeah, we were in handcuffs. We escaped.
We didn't wear masks, so they kicked us out.
It was like an action movie. I said, all this political stuff about masks. We talked about UFOs last week.
Yeah.
We left off on definitive proof of UFOs.
Yeah.
Actual UFO caught on tape in Johnny's home state of New Jersey. Turned out it was the Goodyear blimp. That doesn't mean UFOs aren't real. It just meant the thing we showed wasn't real.
I think every comment was like, yo, that's a Goodyear blimp. And then I was like, what the fuck? You Google it and it's like that light that we're like, what is that blue light? It's like you see a close-up picture of it. It just says like Goodyear going across in blue.
When you know it's the Goodyear blimp, it's so easy to find the articles that say UFO is Goodyear blimp. But when you don't know what you're looking for and you're just Google searching New Jersey UFO, you get all kinds of crazy stuff. So thankfully, our loyal viewers out there.
I thought you were going to say our lawyers.
No.
Thankfully, our lawyers are.
Our street team out there, they set us straight.
We should have like a name.
And I respect that. A lot of them weren't too heinous about it. Some of them were actually quite helpful and just be like, yo, it's the Goodyear blimp, which is good because we don't need to be alarming people unnecessarily.
No, we're not alarmists.
Because, majority of those videos were real. So if one of them was fake, good. That lowers the bar.
All the ones I showed were real.
Yeah.
100%.
And nobody can explain what was happening over Lake Michigan. I didn't see comments about that video. I did see a lot of people talking about how they saw
the ones in Arizona.
The ones in Arizona.
Yeah, that was sick.
The ones from 20-something years ago. That's the main story. We need to break that one. But that was last week. This week, we are back to regular old Mega64antine.
Boring COVID news. No,
yeah.
Kidding. Exciting COVID news. I gotta get my energy up. I've been in the sun all day. I'm a little.
Yeah, it's springtime in San Diego. We're getting our suntan on. We're living the dream. Johnny can't handle it. He's getting sun bleached.
Yeah,
sunstroked. Is that a verb? Could you be sunstroked?
I mean,
because if you can be sunstroked, me and Johnny were stroked out. We were in the sun for too long. We were at a film shoot.
Yes.
About half hour away from this studio. And my car, we rode together. My car doesn't have air conditioning. I swear to God, for the rest of the day, I could not cool down.
Yeah.
San Diego problems. Neither here nor there.
So you could get a taste of sunstroked versions of us with the interview we have. We have a special guest, Mr. Gene Goldstein. We have on the show, on the program.
Oh, yeah.
So
I guess that's already in the title, so they knew it. So thanks for tuning in. But it's good to mention.
Yeah.
We'll be getting to our talk with Gene in just a little bit. We talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. Gene does so much. He's got this music career that's taken off.
Yeah.
He has this animation career that's been popping off. He has this career in the video game industry that he did. For people who don't know Gene Goldstein, well, you will know him by the end of this. He's been on the Mega64 podcast a couple of times.
Yes.
And he's the host of his own podcast as well. Before we get to Gene's interview, Johnny.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
I have so much this week. I don't know how hard we want to start.
You know what?
I got some images.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's get the energy pumped. Let's go hard. Right out the gates.
All right.
Let's get the blood boiling, baby. We're back in action. Mega64antine. Hold on, before we get to it. We're going to get to the videos real quick. We're going to get to the interview real quick. COVID-19.
COVID-19.
It's a worldwide pandemic. It swept the globe. You may have heard of it. Some of you may have forgotten about it.
I certainly did not.
Johnny has been like freaking out I would say all week. It's kind of been all month.
Yeah.
It's been long. I mean, you just feel like, and you might be right. The wheels are coming off the vehicle. The reins are sliding out of the hand. We're crashing and burning. You may say.
Can I explain how it feels to me
as a country, as a society,
for me it feels like
what
we're all in a submarine together.
Okay,
and I see that there's a little tiny leak happening, and I'm just like, what is that? What are we gonna do anything about that? And everyone's like, nah. We've already patched the other leaks up. We're good. And then every day I notice it getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, what about this leak? And everyone's like, Johnny, shut the fuck up. We patched the other leak. It's fine. I'm vaccinated. The leak's fine.
So Johnny's freaking out. A lot of people are getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
Do you have any videos about that? What are we going to get into here?
I mean, it's, the normal shit with, anti-maskers still.
Oh my God.
But
we're turning into the #1 spot for anti-mask.
They're getting violent these days, though.
Oh, is that the latest update?
Yeah.
So we've gone
anti-maskers
from
are getting violent.
Political discourse to public protest in the supermarkets to violence in the streets over masks.
Yeah.
We've hit a new level in pandemic exhaustion. All right, what do you got for us then? Let's jump right in. Okay, so what is this?
So this is in, I think, Russia.
Okay, not America. Thank God.
Yeah.
We can speak freely about this. This is not even Americans here.
So what I've gathered from this video, it's a dude is on the bus wearing a mask and telling a guy to put his mask on.
Okay.
And the guy without a mask started getting
is
antsy.
offended. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where the video starts.
All right. He's filming him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you stupid son of a bitch. This is Russia. We have the freedom to do whatever we want.
He grabs his phone and then...
And you can't fucking film me. Oh!
He fucking headbutted the shit out of him.
Wow. Conversation over.
The guy's like, oh, man.
This kid just goes back to Instagram. He pats him on the head.
Yeah, dude, he was like, yeah, we good, bro? I might have to blur out what happens next, but I don't know. You could see the pool of blood forming around the man's legs.
Oh, he break his nose?
I don't know. Oh, is that from the kid?
I think it is from the kid.
Yeah, there's so much blood. I mean, that's the gist of it. You just pool of blood.
All right, turn this off.
So I started hard.
Wow,
as you told me to.
I don't even know. Does it make it?
I feel like I devilishly laughed at that.
Jeez, I need a trigger warning.
Yeah, I mean,
dude's
go hard.
impact when he had.
Dude, he was like,
that was
crazy.
One of those fucking bullet shrimp from the bottom of the ocean who could strike their enemy with 190 pounds of pressure.
Dude, if you're a person whose first instinct is fighters know that your skull is so hard that you could fuck people up with it.
I don't know. I mean, some people, he might be like a superhero, shrimp boy.
That dude knew.
Bullet shrimp boy.
Take that guy out.
Have you ever been headbutted?
No, fuck no. I've never even gotten into a fight before.
I got headbutted once by this bully in 6th grade.
Yeah.
He just went hey, Derek. And he walked up to me and was like, hey. And he looked me in the eyes like Dracula. And he just hit me in his head like that, you know? No. I just headbutted the microphone. And it hurt. And then I'll never forget his name. Carlos T. I won't say his last name. Carlos
T.
T.
Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. Carlos. It was Carlos Mencia. Headbutted me in 6th grade. Yeah, I got headbutted by a bully once out of nowhere for no reason.
When I was a kid, I was being such a fucking prick. I don't know what it was. There was this kid and he had a tennis ball tube on his hand and he was shooting it like Mega Man. And I hate this kid so much. I pulled it off his hand and just stomped it out.
Oh my God.
I was a fucking psycho kid.
They
had me on fucking Adderall.
You were the bully.
They had me on fucking not Adderall. What's the 90s version?
Ritalin?
They had me on Ritalin and I would wild the fuck out. So I did that and the kid looked at me and he had like really scrawny arms and he punched me in the face. And it like felt like a wet slap. And I didn't know what to do. And I was like, oh, my dad taught me how to do a chicken wing. So I grabbed him.
What's a chicken wing? Where you just pull their arm behind their back?
Yeah. And you like put their arm up like that. So you get them in. I could do
I've seen cops doing that on the show Cops. And that's how I learned how to do that to people, just watching it on TV. Yeah, just folding their arm behind their back and pushing it up so that they can't move.
Exactly. And so I did that, and I felt like to this day I feel really bad. So if that kid's out there,
you can break somebody's arm doing that.
Yeah, I was like 11. I did not know what I was doing, and yeah, that kid he was like really upset, like he was crying.
Oh yeah, because he was just playing Mega Man, and
and I literally stomped him out and fucking put him in a cop hold.
Nelson from The Simpsons level. Stomped his Mega Man Mega Buster and then put him in a cop hold?
I saw that kid.
Dude.
I saw that kid in middle school years later. He was way nicer and we apologized.
Middle school? You're like in middle school when you're 11.
Oh, I was probably younger then.
Okay.
I saw him in middle school and we after that moment we made up. Like I apologized. I got in so much trouble.
Well, he had to apologize to you because you just whoop his ass. I'm sorry, I was playing Mega Man. Mario's better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck you. Whatever. So real quick, I saw him in middle school, and me and my friend were talking, and he came up to us. He was like, "Oh man, these fucking teachers! Don't you wish you could just shoot them with a gun?" And me and my friend were like, "Yeah, man." And he walked away. We were like, "I think we have to tell someone that he said that," and we did, and it was a problem.
And then he got expelled.
Yeah. So
many stories, bro.
I might have sent him into a spiral.
You should write a TV show about your school experience.
Yeah, I should make like a
Ladies and gentlemen,
mid-90s movie.
Let me speak for Johnny.
Yeah. Please.
He peaked in school because he was a pimp.
I was a pimp.
He was like hooking up with all these girls, beating up kids who were into Mega Man. You're shaking your head no, but you just told a story about how you did that.
I mean, that was when I was on Ritalin.
I know. I don't pass judgment because it was all in the past. Water under the bridge at this point. I just think that you would have so many wild stories about being I was a nerdy, quiet kid in school. I did like theater, but outside of performing, I was really self-conscious and I didn't really like to express myself. In fact, I was reminiscing the other day that in middle school and high school, I purposely told my mom to I made her buy me clothes that were blank, that had no designs on them at all, because I was so terrified that somebody would make fun of me for wearing the wrong shirt,
My mom always shopped at Kohl's, and for some reason there was like an era where I had like, I don't know if anyone out there knows about this, fucking Flamehead was the name of the brand.
Okay.
And I just had these shirts with this fucking dude like skateboarding with like fire for head. I don't know.
Yeah, that was Flame Boy. That was World Industries.
Oh, not that version, but it was like another version.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about, where it's like the little kind of flame guy.
Yeah.
This was just a dude with fire for hair. And he was on
Flame
a skateboard.
head.
And I think they were trying to copy that stuff, but it was like the Kohl's version.
I was such a little dork too, because I realize now literally any shirt I would have worn, people would have made fun of me for it, whether it was something I liked or not.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. Like, oh, South Park. Oh, I had a World Industries shirt, so I thought I outsmarted everybody by going blank. But the truth of the matter is I was just shy and meek.
It probably sounds like I'm fucking psycho because I tell you all the good stories, but most of my childhood was like having pieces of paper like this and folding it and then drawing like a laptop and like pretending at lunch, and kids are like, who's this fucking loser?
Drawing a laptop? See, that's going into your movie too. Like,
I would fold like paper like this and then like draw like a keyboard on this part and then like a screen on this part. And then I would cut out a little mouse and then I would tie it. I'd hole punch the mouse and tie it to the paper. And
all of this wholesome stuff from a video of a guy headbutting a dude on a bus in Russia.
This is the best podcast, and you guys don't understand.
Let's go to the next video. Okay. Let's go to the next clip.
I have some pictures. Let's look at some pictures real quick.
Right.
This was someone in a store recently didn't want to wear a mask, so rolled it with a box.
So they put is that a wine box over their
I have
head?
no clue. It says some shit on. Wait, let me see if I could.
Looks like it's also in.
Can you read that?
Yeah. How much longer? Breathing fresh air is now criminal. Crying emoji.
This is a good. I want to
honestly have no problem with somebody wearing this. Like, at least you have a mask on.
Yeah.
I have no problem with somebody making a political statement with their mask.
Yeah, this person thinks they're like telling us off, but like for real, you just have a box on your head.
Breathing fresh air is not illegal. Breathing COVID-infected air is unadvisable.
Yeah. So, and then I have one more picture.
Okay.
This is
Boxhead was cool. I like Boxhead.
Me too. Sorry. I really liked Boxhead.
I'm down with Boxhead.
I don't know how many times this is going to happen where there's stores in the mall that are COVID themed.
Well, you got to get a mask somewhere.
Yeah, but it looks like they just have shirts and shit.
You know, I'm super down for COVID-related shirts because I feel basics. Like when the pandemic is over, people are going to be so sick of it. Nobody's going to want to buy any COVID clothing.
Yeah.
So if you do have COVID clothing in 10 or 15 or 20 years, when nobody's even thinking about this anymore, it'll be super rare and super niche.
I think the tweet that I got this from said like nobody and then capitalism. It was this picture.
I like how they made a face out of the COVID germ, and it looks like it's either a smiley face, a mustache COVID germ, or a COVID germ wearing a mask, because that's hilarious that the COVID germ doesn't want to get fucking sick from you.
I don't
like the COVID germ's like, I don't know what the fuck you have.
Yeah,
I'm putting a mask on.
You might give me COVID,
or I might give it to you if you believe that.
This is just so psycho to me. Like they had to like 3D print those letters or whatever.
What's amazing to me is that this is a nice store, and you can see there's like a flat screen TV.
Yeah.
They dropped a lot of startup capital on this. Like some entrepreneur, some business bro.
The mall is dying, so I'm sure this person didn't have to pay. Like this person probably had a booth in the mall and then was able.
Are you kidding me? They have all of that merchandise already printed. Yeah. All of that merchandise is available. There's at least tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise alone, not to mention that flat screen TV. And where they even get those models, like what's playing on those TVs?
I don't know.
Did they do like commercial shoots? Did they do fashion shoots? That's like days of hiring crews. Now you're bringing in actors. You're telling me they just threw this up? No.
I would love to interview the person who owns this.
Some like fast thinking, fast working mega entrepreneur is going at it, man. I want to meet the guy who's running COVID basics. I mean, look at
right. I was staring at this for hours.
Listen, if you told me today, like Derek, unlimited amounts of budget, make a COVID store in the mall, I wouldn't even know where to get that fucking COVID sign smiley face made.
Yeah,
I would spend 6 months fucking figuring that shit out. This person's awesome. This person is like a marketing genius.
There's definitely
a business guru.
What kind of shirts do you think they have? I'm sure they have a like.
Blow it up. Let's see. Can you zoom it in?
I'll try. I'm sure there's like a Joker with a mask on. That's definitely a thing.
It looks like Tupac.
Yeah. There's Tupac.
Tupac shirt.
I think it's Biggie too.
If you don't mind, I'm going to approach the TV.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to leave the microphone.
I'll if you say anything.
Keep it hot, Johnny.
Yeah, they have a wall of masks. It looks like they sell vapes there too. I don't.
Tupac, yeah, it's definitely Biggie.
Yeah.
These are different kinds of gators for sale.
They got gators, yeah. The shirts at top look like back off. One says, I think, right? This one.
This one says
the top shirt to the left, all the way to the left.
Drugs, not hugs.
Drugs, not hugs. Okay.
The other one says back off.
Back off, 6 feet. That's wild.
Drugs, not hugs. Like, don't get too close. Just give me your drugs.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
There we have it. COVID-19 basics. Should I do another video? How are you feeling?
Let me do a news story here.
Sure. I have some news stories too.
Yeah, you're going to need some COVID-19 basics, especially if you are in Texas. Because I have a news story here that says Texas Rangers, the baseball team, allowing 100% capacity at stadium on opening day. A lot of people around the country are going back to baseball stadiums. A lot of stadiums are doing, 25% capacity.
I think they're doing that here in San Diego with the Padres. They're doing like half capacity.
Yeah, well,
but our numbers are way lower than Texas.
Apparently, this is 40,000 person capacity at this stadium. So you're gonna have 40,000 Texans in one place,
bro. And holy fuck, no mask mandate either.
No mask mandate. So
what the fuck?
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
I don't think even if you told me 100% like you're fine, COVID is like gone, obliterated.
Yeah.
If you told me to go to an arena with all those people, I'd be fucking scared. Like I'd have like a moment of like, should I? I don't know. Like it's just in my brain now.
That's what's going on in Texas, but of course Florida is like they're like in competition to see who could flout COVID protocol more.
We get the numbers back up.
Florida governor issues order banning vaccine passports. Governor Ron DeSantis issued an executive order Friday banning businesses from requiring customers to show proof they have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in order to get service.
I mean, there's two sides to this, and I understand both.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of scary to be in a world where like, oh, you can't get into here unless you show like your card.
Yeah.
Like that feels like some future like dystopian shit.
Let me ask you, Johnny.
But also, oh yeah.
How did you get into public school if you didn't show them that you were vaccinated?
You mean like
you're required to do that to go to school?
Yeah, no, I understand. Like I understand both sides. Where I'm also like, yeah, do that because like we were talking around here, and I was saying like, if they made that for Disney World, like, okay, you can't come in here unless you have the card.
Fine by me.
And I would be, and I know some people can't get vaccinated, but if I knew 90% of the people in this theme park were vaccinated, I would feel great. And so I understand why we should do it, but I'm also like, I have that part of my brain's like, this feels dystopian.
If you can't get vaccinated, I think you should have a passport that specifies you can't get vaccinated. I'm not a politician. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a dude with a podcast.
Yeah.
I believe that vaccine passports is the quickest, smartest, and easiest and sanest way to move through this pandemic. Mm-hmm. Legitimately. I know people out there have their opinions and they have their political views. And it's a shame that this is a political issue because it's an issue that affects every single person on earth.
Yeah, it's not a political issue.
Whether you are an American, politicized or not, it's a worldwide issue.
Yeah.
And, you just have to be smart. And in my opinion, vaccine passports just make sense. Like, you need to kind of like just crush the spread of this disease. And if people don't want to wear masks, which
make them not allowed to
I
go to businesses.
can agree. Like, who wants to wear a mask? You don't want to wear a mask.
Yeah,
or if you're not willing to wear a mask, then, you should just see the value of a vaccine because and I know people before they jump in the comments and they want to argue with me, they are saying once you are vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
But then you look into that further. It's because the vaccine isn't the final step in eradicating the virus. It's just like the major step. It's kind of like the guiding principle. But, I could go on and on about this, but it doesn't matter because people out there have their own opinion. But I believe it's a mistake for Florida to be banning these.
Yeah. I heard about that where like when the news started spreading, like there's no even like passport system yet, and he's already like we're banning
Actually,
it. We're banning it.
I'll be honest. Like, if it's about going into a restaurant, I don't really think on a day-to-day basis a vaccine passport is like practical.
Yeah.
But I see it more as like going on travel, because you already have to provide a passport or like a real ID to get on an airplane. So I feel like if you're already doing something that requires some sort of paperwork, like checking into a hotel or renting a car, something where they're going to have your files on record, then a vaccine passport should just be another piece of paper in that paperwork you have to do. Going into a bar on karaoke night, A vaccine passport,
Yeah.
well, I mean, they're already checking your ID to make sure you're 21. If it's a sticker on your ID,
That would be cool.
do I really care at that point? No. Like, it's a check mark, and then they look at it and they're like, oh, sorry, you're not 21. You can't come in. Oh, sorry, you're not vaccinated. You can't come in either. Like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
There would be a new level of video for this podcast with that. Like,
There would.
You're not vaccinated. But with that, with the Florida thing, I think private businesses are still allowed to ask for a vaccine passport.
Governor Ron DeSantis issued an executive order Friday banning businesses from requiring customers to show proof they have been vaccinated in order to get service.
But like, can a private business? I don't know, because I was hearing stuff about how private businesses can still do it regardless of local government. Like a Target might be able to say you're
It says that businesses are not required to show proof of vaccination, but can still do screenings.
Oh, okay.
It does not preclude businesses such as restaurants and retail stores from screening protocols. And as of this weekend, blah, blah, blah. So like taking temperatures and stuff like that, which, you know, I did go to get my hair cut a few weeks ago. I had to get an appointment. This is before the vaccine was available to me. And I made an appointment and they took my temperature to go in. They're like, okay, you're good. And they're cutting my hair. And I was making small talk. And I was like, so do you take a lot of temperatures? And they're like, yeah, all the time. I was like, you ever had to tell somebody to go home? And she was like, yeah, one woman. I probably already told this story.
Yeah.
She's like 105 degrees and she did not want to hear it. And I was like, lady, get out of here.
Yeah. I have videos, or unless you want, I have some news.
Show me a video or news, you know, whatever you want to do, Johnny.
You know, I have a video. I didn't know that this happened, but there was video of us at the gun range.
Okay, so that's clearly you at the gun.
Yeah.
You at the gun there in green.
Yeah,
me with the stripes.
I'm gonna take a selfie with
That's my bald spot.
Yeah. And like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, that was me taking the cool selfie with the gun. And then I was like,
oh God, no.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna take a cool pic where I point the gun at you. And the guy's like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, he's like, hey, pack your shit up, get the fuck out of here. That gun was loaded.
Dude.
Oh my God, both of you get the fuck. Yeah, put the fucking guns down. That scared the fucking shit out of me, dude. I thought I was going to see a guy get blown away just now.
I love that.
How dare you?
He's like taking a, he's like,
you did not
look at this funny photo.
Shit, bro. Bro, this is nightmare fueled. I'm going to be seeing this in my dream. You know, legit.
Kudos to this guy. He fucking manhandles this guy.
Well, that's why they're fucking there. But you know, at our gun range, that shit wouldn't have happened. You would have fucking capped me. Yeah. Because the dude was like flirting with the chick next to us.
Like, check this out.
Oh, boom. Yeah. Oh, you should come back on the weekends. This is a lot quieter. I can give you more personal attention on how to load the gun. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Give me personal attention. I'm about to do a selfie moment with my buddy here.
I love that. Oh, man.
I was, you know, there were so many people at the gun range, and I was so scared that either we were going to be these guys or these guys were going to be next to us or some shit.
Exactly.
That was crazy. My heart's racing. That was good.
Me too.
Okay, so how do I top that? What do I got here?
Know. That video was killing me.
Okay. Judge blocks Lil Nas X's Satan shoes from shipping to customers. Lil Nas X. Y'all know Lil Nas X from Old Town Country Horse Road. Old Town Road and nothing else. Lil Nas X has been in the news lately.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched the new music video, but I heard it's really good.
You know what? Okay. I haven't watched the new music video either.
Oh.
Should we pull it up and react to it right now?
I think we'd get flagged like really hard.
Well, we don't have to show. It doesn't matter. Nobody wants to see our reactions because they've already seen it. But I did hear about these shoes Lil Nas X was selling. They're modified Nikes with a single drop of blood in them.
I heard Nike sued him as well.
Yeah. There's only 666 pairs of them being made, and they're being sold to customers for like $1,000 each.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
We should make custom shoes.
We should, but we're not Lil Nas X.
Oh.
Yeah, Nike sued him, and the judge blocked it. So
that's good.
No, the judge blocked Lil Nas X from selling those shoes.
I thought he blocked the Nike from suing him.
Yeah, so now there's like 666 people out there who just dropped $1,000 on these shoes with a drop of blood in them, and they're sitting in some fucking warehouse wrapped up as evidence in a fucking court trial between Lil Nas X and Nike.
This shit baffled me so much that how much controversy it's caused. Like sometimes I think as like a country we've like evolved to a point where it's like, there's no satanic panic anymore, like all that shit. Like, but now it's like, no, it's worse than ever. Like, like back in the 80s when parents were like, D&D, there's summoning the devil.
Yeah.
And now they're like, Lil Nas X, he's the devil. He's making Satan shoes. And it's like, this dude's just trying to make a cool music video. I don't know. It pisses me off.
The satanic panic in the 80s, don't undermine it. People were legitimately convinced that Dungeons and Dragons would lead to kids being possessed by demons and like
lead to them being virgins.
Lead to them like burning down churches and murdering each other.
Yeah.
And in fact, you may not know this, but Tom Hanks' first movie is about that very subject.
I watched that movie because you talked about it on the podcast a long time ago.
Yeah, it's called Monsters and Mazes.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Wink, wink, nod, nod. Nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. And Tom Hanks, becomes so wrapped up in a D&D game that he gets convinced he can't tell what's real and what's fake, and like wants to throw himself off a building to enter or end the game. It's really bad. He is apparently mortified that this movie exists.
And it's on Amazon. Check it out.
Yeah, he'll probably be pissed off when he comes on our show.
Yeah.
And realizes we talked about it.
We got to ask some questions about Chet Hank.
What do you think about this Lil Nas X shoe debacle? Who do you side with? Nike? I mean, he took Nikes. He like bootlegged these Nikes.
Yeah, people do that shit all the time, though.
Yeah, but he's Lil Nas X.
That's true. He should have found a company that would have put out his shoe.
Legitimately, why didn't he?
I don't know, because I think custom Nikes is such a thing that I think he wasn't thinking. But he's so big that
he should have been thinking because he's so big.
Yeah, it's like how you're into bootlegging toys. It's like if fucking Tom Hanks started bootlegging toys, like fucking Saban would be like, "Hey, bro, you're making bootleg Power Rangers. Like you're fucking Tom Hanks. We're gonna sue you."
Well, when you're bootlegging toys, and then you say like, "Yeah, I took this Batman toy and I put a drop of blood in it, and I'm gonna do this with 666 Batman toys, and they're $1,000 each." I mean, that's $666,000 we're talking about.
I'm sure Vans would have put out his fucking I'm sure any shoe company would have been down.
That's $500,000 bones we're talking about there. You think Nike isn't gonna come knocking on your door,
exactly,
looking like, "Hey, you just made $500,000 on our shoes." Like what?
I didn't even think about that.
Like what?
In my head, I was like, damn, was Nike really bummed about the satanic imagery? And you just made me realize like, oh yeah, he made $1 million. And they were like, bro.
Yeah. Deal with Nike, Nike shoes. Legitimately.
That's hilarious.
So where do you stand on that? Leave a comment, everybody.
Yeah. I have some news as well.
Go for it.
So I want to start with the weirder one. This shit has been baffling me for days.
All right.
Bizarre worm tornado in New Jersey has scientists baffled.
What is that picture?
This is the worm tornado.
That is fucking end of times bullshit. I'm not a religious person.
I'll put it on the screen too.
But that's some biblical shit.
Yeah.
If you don't think this fucking world, I might have to go to church.
Dude, worm. Fuck, dude. I like this photo of it where you see it on the ground like.
Oh wait, that's tiny.
Yeah, it looks like it's.
Oh my god!
It's on the ground.
Never mind.
You thought it was like
I take it back. I thought I was looking at like a mile-wide cyclone of worms. This thing is like 2 feet wide. Phew! I almost went to church.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's fucking scary looking though.
Okay, well when you call it a tornado of worms,
and
you show
they
me
embellished
this zoomed in picture. Dude, I thought I was looking at a farm.
Yeah. And it was like in the distance.
Yes. That's hilarious.
Like a portal opening to the worm zone.
Dude, I got scared for a second. It's like a breath of fresh air. Wow, what a relief.
Heavy rain precedes the worm's appearance. Every sentence in this article is cracking me up. But yeah.
What is this, like a new age? Like,
I don't know.
I saw pseudoscience, like heavy rain precedes the mysterious worm tornado. It sounds like they're fucking doing shaman shit here.
The headline was making me laugh for like an hour, so I had to pull it.
Dude, this is like we're going to do a cryptid episode.
Yeah.
We're going to investigate the worm tornado.
Dude.
And we're going to get to the bottom of it. Why does it rain before the worm tornado shows up?
Oh my, the worm tornado.
Why is the worm tornado only 1.5 feet wide and on a sidewalk?
Why is it news regardless?
I never knew a tornado could just be things in a circle on a sidewalk.
Oh shit, dude. We could make we could make our own worm tornado right here. Give me some worms. Let's go to a bait shop.
That sounds dirty, man. I'll make some worms for you.
I have one more story.
Please.
And that's about it.
Please.
But okay. Japan's pissed.
Why?
Japan is fucking angry because China makes COVID-19 anal swabs mandatory for foreigners. So if you're going to China,
why is Japan? Oh.
I was reading the article and it was
saying Japan is pissed.
Yeah.
Because China
is
making anal swabs mandatory.
But
only Japan is pissed?
I read in this article they talked about how like at first they were only doing it to like Japanese foreigners. And Japan got so pissed they made a statement and China was like, "Okay, all foreigners."
See, now America's pissed.
Yeah.
Because this American
the funny thing to bring this back, the way I saw this.
Actually, I'm just kidding because I've already spoken about my feelings on the anal swab.
Yeah, you like it.
I think it should be mandatory for all people everywhere.
I saw this article because of Lil Nas X.
Really?
On TikTok, he posted a video that's just it was just the clip of this article saying China makes this mandatory, and it was just him going like, "I'll be right back." He fucking like made a bit that he was gonna go to China.
You know, and they're crying about vaccine passports in Florida. Oh, babies.
Yeah, let's fucking
God.
Get them swabbed up.
Hey, everybody out there in Tallahassee, let's hope you never have to travel to Beijing. You'll be begging for a vaccine passport after that trip.
You want to put it where?
I speak. Is that your Florida accent?
Oh, I was doing Texas. Sorry.
I trash Florida a lot, and I'm the only podcast host that does it. So
yeah,
I'm going to continue to do it. Here's a news story. Large Florida school district hit by ransomware attack. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The computer system, one of the nation's largest school districts, was hacked by a criminal gang demanding $40 million.
Someone looked at porn on the
school computers. Yeah.
Got ransomware.
By the way, yeah. You ever watch Kit Boga or whatever? You know how these things come up.
The fucking principal was like, I don't know what happened. We got hacked or something? What?
Yeah. It was like, click here to see my webcam. We're like, don't mind if I do. Everything freezes. Like, we want $40 million. They actually negotiated with the cyber criminals and settled for $500,000. They paid $500,000 and their computer systems came back online.
That's hard because, I guess they probably locked out everyone because everything's probably digital now and everyone's report cards and fucking everything was probably
literally
locked out.
Every comment on this story was, "Hi, I work in IT. Why didn't they have anything backed up?" Somebody was like, "Hi, I work for a tiny school system, and whenever we get hit by a ransomware attack, we just load our backups. The computers are down for 12 hours max."
Yeah.
These guys paid $500,000 to get their school records back.
That's hilarious. Because, most PCs have, a backup system. Macs have the fucking, I almost said Wayback Machine. Time Machine.
They can go on the Wayback Machine.
And then, PCs have their own version of that as well. So, you could just load them back.
Maybe it's a good thing they don't have the vaccine passports in Florida because then hackers could hack the system and then they just bleed the state dry of all that ransom money. What do you mean the vaccine passports are locked down? Oh, $40 million. Well, we just paid that for the school computers.
He wants $40 million in V-Bucks. How much is that?
$500,000. Can we sell Nikes full of blood yet? All right. Well, on that note, let's go to our interview with Gene Goldstein, lead singer of Q-Bomb, and animator at Nickelodeon for a while now, working at WB. We talk about pitching TV shows, the animation industry, how you get into the animation industry,
the pitfalls of the animation.
Yeah, kind of juggling music industry and art versus music. Being pulled in two different passions, two different directions. It was a great conversation. We were all over the map talking about all kinds of things. You're about to hear all about it Stick with us. We're going to be back after the interview with some happy, good news to end the show on. But for now, enjoy our chat with Gene Goldstein.
See ya. Yo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You are here joining us in the middle of an awesome conversation. We are chilling out with the modern day Renaissance man, the man of many talents. Our good friend, Gene Goldstein.
Yo.
That's me, baby.
You may remember Gene from the Mega64 podcast.
Yes.
Or maybe you've seen him on stage with his band, Q-Bomb.
Q-Bomb the music industry.
Not Bomb
that
the
is
music
not our
industry,
actual name.
not Q-Bomb the music industry. Now people are going to remember that, dude. You put
no,
that
fuck.
out there.
No, it's Q-Bomb. It's Q-Bomb.
Or his animation, cartoon, and like website too, Planet Panic. Kind of your whole brainchild and entity.
Yeah, it's my baby.
Yeah, how's it going? We've been chatting a little bit here for like a few minutes, and it's already an interesting conversation. We've already covered so much great stuff.
Yeah.
Including Johnny, you were talking about somebody you slept with once?
I was just saying.
Johnny slept with Jeff Rosenstock?
Yeah, we were talking about Jeff Rosenstock. And when I did a music video for Matt the Band once, he had played a show with them, and we had nowhere to crash, so we like ended up having to like share a room with him and his band. And they were not into it at all. I kept like asking Jeff questions, and he was like, "Yeah, man, chill." And I was like, "Oh man."
Really?
Oh my God.
He seems like he sleeps on a lot of couches.
Classic Johnny.
No,
I kept asking him
Yeah.
questions, and he said, "Yeah, man, chill."
No, he didn't say that. It was like, I remember I didn't really talk to him much. We were like all chatting. And then I was like, "Oh, hey, how's this like tour going?" And he was like, "What tour?"
Oh, God.
And I was like,
Oh,
Gene, have you been on tour with your band?
no. The furthest we've gone is actually San Diego. So I'm in LA, and we're LA based. And our last show that we played before the pandemic, but also just like a small hiatus we were on, was in San Diego. I forget the venue, but that was the furthest we went. That was our small tour, but hopefully in the future.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, San Diego. That's our neck of the woods.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. I wish I could remember where, but I
mean,
forgot.
it was a whole year ago at least. A pandemic has happened since then. So let's talk about, welcome to Mega64antine. I have to get the name right.
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, don't say Quarantine Cast or I'll
Yeah.
Quarantine Cast. Yeah.
And we like to have guests on here and just talk to them about like how things have been going in their respective, endeavors. So you had your band and then COVID hit. So what happened with you guys?
Well, we had a lot of plans. Like, we had played a bunch of shows. We mostly played shows around LA. We had like a sold out show at the Whiskey at Go-Go, which was awesome. And like had some good momentum. We've been recording our album for a couple of years
too, right?
We put out a video. So what happened is we were going to do a Kickstarter to fund our album, and that started like 2 weeks before all the shit hit the fan. And so it was like, what was that, like March?
Yeah.
And we got like 2 weeks in. The video had been done for months and a lot of other stuff. We had most of the album like kind of worked out. We just needed a little extra cash to finish. And like 2 weeks in, the pandemic really, got serious, and we're very lucky that we hit our goal. I was hoping for more. I was hoping to hit some stretch goals, but in the middle of our Kickstarter, everyone was suddenly working from home and terrified for their jobs. And so like, I think we were lucky to hit our goal, but we did. And so in the middle of that, we released a video for a song called Everything's Fine, which is very apropos. And I feel like it should have been a bigger hit.
Was it a song you wrote before the pandemic?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, the song is about anxieties and just like, it's about telling yourself that everything's fine. And, but everything went very not fine in those coming months. And, I definitely think it helped because that song did get a lot of, traffic and a lot of streams and stuff. Not as many as I would have liked, but we're a baby band. So I think it's like, we got to just put out an album. We're going to hype that song up again. And, we got a lot on the horizon. Like nothing I can talk about, but a lot of exciting stuff. But yeah, we couldn't do any shows.
Making waves.
We're gonna try. I mean, yeah, but we couldn't do any more shows. We had a show at the Viper Room schedule that I was excited about, where River Phoenix died.
Yeah,
that's kind of their claim to fame. That's their thing.
Yeah, everybody knows that. That's the only reason to go there.
It's the only reason to go. And so like we had a show there, and I was stoked because they have a curtain, and that's the first time we would have had a curtain. And I had this whole thing planned, which I think we're still going to do it at some point, but we're going to be like covered in blood, like as the curtain opens, and like
that's cool.
But that would not have been appropriate either way, maybe. And I don't know. It just, we couldn't play the show anymore, and so that was a bummer.
So
but
you guys are a LA based band.
We're LA based. Yeah.
Are you from LA?
No. So like I'm originally from Ukraine. I'm an immigrant. When I came here with my family when I was like 6. So I always make sure to mention that because I think it's important. But
you came here in like kindergarten from the Ukraine?
I skipped kindergarten entirely, and I went right into first grade in Chicago. So we moved to Chicago first, and I was there until I was like 22 or 23, something like that.
Okay, so like Ukraine by way of Chicago.
Yes, yeah.
So
that's my life story.
So when did you move out to Los Angeles?
2014. So I've been here for a bit. I've been here for 7 years.
Okay, cool. What caused that? Why LA over Chicago?
Well, I always wanted to be in LA because I grew up doing a lot of animation. For those who might know who I am, like I used to do Flash cartoons on Newgrounds called Hyperboy. And I've done a bunch of other little projects here and there. And I always wanted to have a show. I always wanted to be in LA working animation for as long as I can remember. I kind of worked my way towards it. Like I worked in mobile games for a bit. Like I was in San Francisco for a couple of years working at a startup game studio. But I always was like pitching shows. I would like come out to LA for a couple of weeks at a time, just like get my bearings.
Were you pitching Hyperboy?
No, that's been buried. People still ask me for the next episode, and I'm like, dude, come on.
What was the premise of Hyperboy? Forgive me, I didn't see Hyperboy.
No,
what was the premise of it?
So first of all, I should note, I started it when it was a comic first that I did when I was like 12. And I just put it out online. And then I watched Fooly Cooly, and I was really into Fooly Cooly. I was like, I want to do animation. And it like got me to want to make animation. And so I started doing those shorts. And I mean, I was like 13 or 14 when I started making those. And so the main character's name is Gene. Yeah. And all his friends are named after his friends, all my friends at
classic.
The time. And and it was and Gene becomes a superhero when he eats candy and becomes Hyperboy. And it's like the most fucking teenager making Flash cartoon shit ever. And like, I had cool fans and people still love it and they'll reach out to me and I appreciate it. But they're like, when's episode 6, dude? And I'm like, I'm 31. Like, I'm not going to make more Hyperboy. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I would love to see you at your current level, your skill level now, do the ultimate Hyperboy. You know,
so
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, I've thought about it. And like, I have an idea. I am almost afraid to put it out into the universe, but if I ever get a show, I want to finish it within the show, like almost having it like play on TVs in the background or something. Like I have this idea.
That's kind of amazing.
It would be really cool. They did that with on the show OKKO. The creator had a comic called RPG World. That I used to read too. Yeah. And he like finished it out within the framework of OKKO. And I was like, oh, that's such a good idea though. That's such a good way to finish this thing, you know?
Yeah. We were just talking today at Mega64 because we're working on some projects here and there's we have a lot of scenes with just like televisions in the background with this thing we're working on. And we have a discussion like, what should we put on these TVs? Should we always be creating stuff? And we had a long discussion of like, I personally love the running gag of the same thing showing up in the background over and over. And if you pay attention, you can piece it together, kind of what you're describing, like the episode is completed. Or even for people who pay a lot of attention to Mega64, there's some classic pieces of media that we have clung to for 20 years almost.
Just put out version 4, but in pieces in the background.
Yeah, at this point, just get it out. Just leak it out to the people. Just sneak it out.
Yeah.
It needs to be seen. The Snyder Cut just came out, and pretty much the same thing that happened with that is happening with version 4. The studio is getting involved.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we're gonna release it 4x3.
The Johnny Cut, yeah.
Yeah, the Johnny Cut.
So you worked in games. When did you get into music?
It's like when I was in high school, I always wanted to be in a band and stuff. But like in high school, you come up with a band name and all your outfits and your name, everything. But then you never actually write a song or play a show. So that was my experience as well. And then in college, I went to art school, and in college, me and the same guy who I write all the music with Q-Bomb, we had a different project called Gumboozle that was like video game hip hop inspired. It was very like of its time, very like nerdcore kind of stuff. And we had like 3-song demo that we put out, and nobody cared, as it happens. I'm still proud of it, but like it just didn't take off. And like life happened, I moved out, I started working my full-time job, and like but when I came to LA, we started talking a lot more again. And I was working at Nickelodeon. I worked at Nickelodeon for like 4.5 years. And they were doing like a talent show thing, which they had only done it once before, where it's just like, if you have a band, like play a show and we'll do it in the main courtyard that's like in the campus. And I was like, I want to do this. I was like, we've been talking about doing more music. Like, let's do a live act that we can actually perform with. Let's write new songs. And we only had a 6-minute set. And so we wrote 3 like short songs within like 6 months or so. I cobbled together a band of my friends and coworkers and stuff, and we played it. And we were just like the loudest, like most trashy band and like out of everyone. But it was a lot of fun. And so that kind of got us that got us going. And then like we had some lineup changes here and there, but we've kind of been with the same people for like at least 2 years now.
So Q-Bomb is made up of people in the like cartoon animation circle.
Yeah. So 2 are guitarist and bassist I worked with on The Loud House at Nickelodeon. Our keyboard player works on Craig of the Creek, works production. And the other 2 guys are musicians, and they do other things on the side. But a lot of artists, a lot of visual artists. And so that helps our whole like brand identity, because it's like, I feel good about our music, but I think we also have a really strong like visual presence. And that's something I really wanted to push for, is that like almost like gorillas, almost like where it feels like larger than life, and it's like very cartoony and over the top.
Yeah. It's a little bit of like escapism, which, you know, all great entertainment is.
Yeah, for sure.
What am I talking? I'm talking like I know anything.
This whole time, I don't
sure
know why I've just been remembering, like you like made me remember something. When I was in art school, the guy who made OKKO, this is totally a side tangent. He went to my art school, and
really?
He made this flash called Knock Force, I think it was called.
Knock Force, yeah.
And so like I started working AV at my art school. And there was this dude, and he was just like this grizzled fucking older guy who had just been there for a long time. His name was Jim. He's like, yeah, I'm the other guy in Knock Force. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Shouts out to Jim. I think he does movie reviews on YouTube.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to locate his channel.
Yeah, we should get...
Yeah, get him on here. Yeah, Ian Jones Cordy is the dude's name. He's very talented.
Oh, yeah. He was like super nice. He was probably the nicest person I worked AV for at SVA.
That's cool.
So this is why I, at the top of the show, introduced you as Renaissance Man. You got this whole music thing going on. You got this animation thing going on. Which is your true passion? If you could only do one.
Oh, man.
Music, this music career, or
that's hard.
Launching the animation
that's a loaded
entertainment
question.
Career.
That's been a big topic in my head for the last year. Because like animation has kind of burnt me out. Like so like without going into too much detail, like while I was at Nickelodeon, I made a short called Planet Panic. and I have fought very hard to get it into development, try to get it into a show. It's still kind of in flux. Like I can't say much. I don't really know much, but like it's not like it hasn't been not greenlit. It also hasn't been greenlit. So
Okay.
I don't really know what's going to happen with it yet, but people think that it's like dead, and it's not. It's just these things take time, and there's lots of money that has to exchange hands, and they have to find the right place for it because now everything's streaming. So it's like it's a lot of bureaucracy and corporate stuff. And
nothing is like ever dead.
Nothing is ever dead.
It just sometimes never comes out.
That's also true, but it's like I haven't lost all hope for it, but I think that it's just I do want to say that it'll happen one way or another. Like the show will happen one way or another, but the process is painful. Like you guys have talked about before about like how you try to get a movie made, and and so you've been through it, and it's like. Yeah. And it's like, it's exhausting and it really burns you out. And so I went through this process and put a lot into it. And I really am happy with everything I did. But to finish it all up and then not know what's going to happen with it, to not feel validated at the end of the day, it just like really knocked me back. And so like when the pandemic hit, like I was lucky enough to have a job that wasn't too demanding, and we all managed to work from home. Like we never missed a beat. Like I don't think there was even a day where we pretty much just kept working throughout the whole thing. They set us up pretty quickly, and so I had a paycheck.
Your job at Nickelodeon?
No, so I left Nickelodeon in August of 2019.
Oh, okay.
And I've been at WB. I worked on Animaniacs doing storyboards for 6 months.
Oh wow, cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was very hard, but it was a cool job. Very challenging. Burnt me out pretty hard.
Then wait, pause. Animaniacs was like very popular, like in the spotlight.
Yeah.
A few months ago. Was that like wild for you? What was that like when that was coming out?
I worked on season 2, which won't come out for a little while. I think I came in near the end of that production cycle. And so I think near the end of this year, maybe they'll put out season 2.
Okay.
And I only worked on a few episodes, and so I don't have that much of that much investment
skin in the game.
Yeah, but it was cool. I mean, a lot of friends worked on the show, like it's a really good show. I just don't have that much of a stake in it. And then after that, I moved to doing storyboard revisions on a show called Jellystone. That's like a reboot of sorts of like Yogi Bear and all the Hanna-Barbera characters, but it's a lot of fun. It's really like. It's run by C.H. Greenblatt, who's done like Chowder and Harvey Beaks, and so it's got his vibe. But yeah, that's what I did during the pandemic, and it was pretty lax, which is what I needed. And so that kept me employed. that kept me making paychecks for the year.
You're involved in all kinds of projects and shows, doing a little bit of this and that here and there. Is this stuff like that? Like you get. Like your friends pull you on? Is this like kind of like art collective kind of deal? It just seems like, by the way you're describing it, it just seems like a very casual, like conversational, like, hey, come on and help me with this. And then, hey, Gene, how about like...
That's a good question. I think that like, it depends. I would say that every one of the jobs I've had is like that.
Yeah.
Where I know that somebody's looking, I'll run into somebody sometimes, and then they tell me that they're looking for a job. So my last job wrapped up in December, and I've been looking for work since. And it's hard because like I said, a lot of those job connections I would make at a party, or I would just like I'd run into somebody and I would mention like, hey, I'm going to be looking for work in a couple of months. And I don't have that. And so all I can do is just email recruiters and hope for the best and keep retweeting the same shit. And it makes it really hard. And it's been like tough because it feels like, nobody's listening and like nobody cares after like all the stuff I've done. And so that's why like the animation, as much as I love it and I want to have my own show, I want to stay in the industry. It's like for me right now, it's a little bit invalidating, like I haven't been feeling as good about it. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people in animation feel that way because it's just been a lot of IP stuff and reboots, and there's not. We were hoping that there would be a big animation boom when the pandemic hit because we all kept working, and so we were hoping there would be a lot of stuff greenlit, a lot of stuff quickly kind of put in production, and it didn't really happen. And now we're kind of feeling the results of the last year of like slow moving pipelines. And so it's a little tough right now, and I'm feeling a little burnt out on it. The music stuff for me was originally kind of a hobby and a way to get my frustrations out and all this stuff. And people liked it, and it's been picking up steam, and we got some really cool stuff in the works for this year. And so like, I think that if I could do that full time and make the same amount of money that I do working animation, I would seriously consider it. But music is so unstable and difficult to maintain a career in that I would most likely still have to kind of do both.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say which is my passion, because I think
you just want to create.
I like making stuff. Yeah. I think, and I'm sure you both can relate. It's like, it's about making things and entertaining people and like, whatever that means.
People ask Johnny all the time how he got hired at Mega64. He doesn't have an answer.
I don't.
He doesn't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell people either.
I'm always just like, yeah, me and Derek were hanging out, and then slowly, like, you asked me to help film with the Flame War Theater, and that's really it.
Yeah, I mean,
we met on the podcast.
Honestly, I think in the entertainment industry, it is a lot of helping out and being helpful and being an asset. And being like, just adding value to any production. And you kind of have to figure out a way to show people that you can do that. And then they'll be like, okay, we like this guy. We need this guy.
I always really feel bad for people in the animation industry. I've seen so many of my friends, I might have to bleep out the name, but just like graduate, be like amazing animators and just slave away at working at fucking for like and like having to hand people paper. Like just like I feel for people in the animation industry, because it's like you do so much, and I feel like people act like you're this asset that could be replaced.
Yeah, it gets tough. I've had that feeling before, because like I've worked on I won't say what, but like I've worked for long periods of time on something and then not felt replaceable a little bit, and that sucks. And that's just kind of it, because there's always new talent coming in. There's always people who will take the job for whatever. And so that's why we have a union, like the union's great, and they keep us, they give us minimum wages, and like pretty generous minimum wages. And there's a lot of stuff they do for us. But if they didn't exist, it would be a meat grinder, because it would be just constant like, oh, you're burnt out. Okay, next guy, so it's tough. It's entertainment, that's just how it is. Yeah.
I've noticed like animation kind of, I don't know if it's like this anymore, but for a while I was noticing it becoming very freelance based, like just hiring people for like just contract work and just, throwing them to the wayside after it's done.
It depends on the studio and the project. I would say it very much is still that, because like you will go on a project and you'll work there for the duration of the season or whatever. Even in the case of me on my last job at Jellystone, I only signed up for one season, because that's all they knew they had. And once that, it hasn't been renewed for season 2 yet. We don't know anything. And so like, I just had, I was let go. They call it, but it's like, I was technically just on a contract. And so it's like a very long freelance gig, and with benefits. It's nice that we get benefits.
You still watch animation? You still enjoy it now that it's your career? Do you ever just sit down and be like, these guys are doing a good job over here? Or are you so like, that's my work and I'm done with this at the end of the day?
Do you watch YouTube?
I
do watch YouTube, but not. For me, to answer Johnny's question, and that's a totally different question. I don't like to watch people who do similar things to what I do, because I don't want to steal or be informed or start imitating other stuff.
Yeah.
Totally.
I like to like compare similar things. If people are like, oh, what you've done is similar to this, then I'll compare it. But I don't know, like No, I don't watch other YouTube sketch comedy groups about video games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's similar. I think there's stuff that sticks out that I really get into. But to be honest, yeah, like I don't like I try to watch maybe an episode or two of a new show that comes out just to get like a feel for what it is. But I am not the target audience, and I know that and I respect that. And so a lot of cartoons, I'm like, I get what they're doing and it's great, but I just can't get invested in this because this is meant for children. And like a lot of shows are very good. You know, they make them. There's a lot of depth and there's like story arcs. But personally, I think there's definitely an aspect of like, I don't want to let it influence me. And, also I know too much about how the sausage is made. And so I can see through the matrix a little bit. And I just like, you know, I'm like look at that background. I don't know. It gets like hard to watch something just objectively, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah,
with
that's
YouTube videos.
I do see a lot of videos and movies too on Netflix that just make me.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just start picking them apart. Thinking like, why is this on Netflix and not Mega64?
Yeah, no, I get jealous a lot, and it sucks, and I hate that about myself. But like I'll get jealous of stuff. So I try to not. I try to not let myself get in like, but like, yeah, there's stuff that I watch. I think I still will watch something if it really is interesting to me. Like there's definitely some anime that I'll get really into. I think that's far enough removed from what I do that it still feels like what's your
anime that you're watching right now?
Nothing right now. But like Mob Psycho 100 was like the shit. I really liked that. Yeah. I watched like Devilman Crybaby when that came out. That was a couple of years ago though. 3 years ago? I don't know. What is time anymore?
It's nebulous.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of stuff that I've liked lately, but you know, year to year it changes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like we covered a lot here. We've been talking to you for like 30 minutes, and I mean, we were all over the map, but it was, you know, good stuff, informative stuff. I don't know if I'll look at the animation industry the same way ever again. You know, maybe.
Hey, it's a great industry. If you're passionate about animation, I don't mean to make it sound like scary or that it's like not, but you know, it's entertainment and it's challenging, and it's like anything. It's like YouTube. Like, you know, how many people say like, I want to make YouTube videos or I want to become a YouTuber, and it's like, don't, like, you've already failed. Like you've already failed, and if you can accept that, then it's easier to like move forward. That's kind of how I feel like animation is, because there's so much competition. Just assume you've already failed, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't keep trying. You got to keep practicing and getting better and putting yourself out there. And, you know, it pays well. If you love animation, it's very rewarding. I'm in a different boat because I want to have my own stuff out there, and that's even harder. That's like winning a lottery. So it's a lot, and it takes a lot of fortitude and a lot of like a lot of mental health struggles and stuff. But, you know, it's hopefully worth it in the end.
Yeah, you know what I tell myself, because sometimes I get down on my career. Mega64 is great, but I have dreams of grandeur as well, making films and breaking into some next level. I don't know, a mainstream thing. But I remind myself, this is what I tell myself: like a star is born every day, and you see it. Honestly, you see new people just out of nowhere becoming super famous for seemingly no reason. Like, why this person and not that person? And I really think it's like, you know, it's random. Like today it's this person, tomorrow it's that person, the day after that it might be you if you're in the industry. But you kind of have to make yourself available for that lottery to pick you.
When I started film school, the first day, the teacher said, "Hey, just want to let you guys know, like none of you are going to become famous."
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I also think, you know, like sometimes I wrestle with the idea of like, it might not happen. You might fail.
Yeah.
You might not get famous or reach that level you want. And that's scary. But what? You're just not going to try anyways then? Because it's so scary.
Yeah. Well, I think that setting the right goals is important. And I spoke to a class earlier this week that is studying animation in Arizona State, I think, just over Zoom, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was something I was telling them too, is like set achievable goals and like don't. It's important to keep shooting higher, but you also don't. I mean, it just in my case, like I've set this absurd goal of wanting my own series, and like that's tough, man. And it's I'm realizing it more and more as I get older. But I've also come this far,
right?
And so it's like you got to try. And even if I can't do it this time, I'm gonna try my best to do it next time.
That's the most important part. The last thing I'll say, and I think I mentioned this on this podcast too, but I watched a YouTube video, Johnny.
I don't believe it.
It was a Discovery Channel show that was ripped and put on YouTube about this guy who got lost at sea.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a true story. I've talked about this. And this dude wanted to sail around the ocean by himself in a boat and then got lost at sea. And his boat broke and he had to abandon it. And he was in a life raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And he got really depressed. Go figure. He's like, I'm in the middle of the fucking ocean. Nobody even knows I'm here because they didn't tell anybody in my course because I was trying to be a badass. He was kind of depressed before he went on this trip. And he felt like he had just royally fucked his life up. You know, like, how did I get stuck here? Like, who gets stuck in the middle of the ocean on a boat? You know? And he's like, what the fuck do I do now? And it was, I mean, he almost died. It was a harrowing tale. But he eventually did survive. You know, and before this trip, he was lost. After this trip, he had this amazing story that he would tell people. He turned it into a book. He basically made a fortune and made this whole life around this story. And to me, it was kind of crazy because for him, he was just trying to literally survive being lost at sea. Like just existing, laying in the sun. Like, what the fuck? It really hit me like sometimes those most desperate moments, you don't realize it, but that ends up being the thing you make your career on. Because for that guy, like,
definitely,
you know, made millions off of that. So, dude, sometimes it sucks. So you just never know where this path leads.
You never know.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah, I do think you only fail when you quit, and like, and you got to make those opportunities for yourself, because it's like, as long as you know, you've said that, like as long as you're available and you're constantly kind of putting yourself out there, like things will manifest for you one way or another. It might take longer than you think, but that's why it's better to just focus on like what's directly in front of you, and not
quitting is the hardest part, you know. Not quitting is the hardest part.
Tough. Yeah, it's tough, but I'll tell you, you know what? Like the last thing I'll say is that like everything that I've set out to do, I didn't know if I could ever accomplish it, and just through sheer like stupidity and like hitting my head against a wall, like somehow I put together a band and an album, and I have, you know, I had a short at Nickelodeon that did really well, and I've been in development and all these things, and it's like I didn't ever think that I could do any of those things, and it took years and years of trying, but you just keep doing it, man. If you care about all those things, like you can make time, you can make sacrifices and make it happen. And it's like, it's possible.
Yeah. I feel the same way. We've done a lot of accomplishments, and you would told me that in high school, I'd be like, no fucking way we could handle that shit. And then once you do a couple things like that, you have big accomplishments, then you start getting confident. Like, maybe I don't know how to do this, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Snowballs. Cool.
Yeah. That happened with my band, because I wasn't sure if I could figure it out, but it like, over time, I was like, you know what? I think I'll be able to figure this out if I just keep doing it. So, yeah. But anyway.
That's a positive note to end on. So we'll wrap it up there. Gene, thank you so much for talking to us. If people want to
you're so welcome.
Q-Bomb, where can they find your music?
At Q-Bomb Band on Twitter, on Instagram. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. We have a public Discord. There's a link to it on our website. We have website is qbomb.band. You can kind of get everywhere else from there.
Check out Q-Bomb, everybody, because they're going to be on know, the radio soon. They're going to be world tour
time.
So you want to be
is world tour still around? I don't think it's around.
Yeah, you have time to plan it now.
That's true. I'll start Warped Tour. And then I'm at Gene Goldstein on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And I do a podcast too. I started that over quarantine. It's called it's on YouTube. It's called Creative Block, where I like interview other people in animation. And that has been keeping me sane. Like having something to do every week and like checking in with friends and other coworkers. Oh man.
What's the biggest episode of Creative Block that you've had so far? Who's your
we
most popular
interviewed
episode?
we interviewed an animator named Keke Flipnote, who's like super popular, does all of his animations on a DS on a software called Flipnote that hasn't been around for like 20 years. Super nice guy, super talented, and he has a shitload of followers. And so like it just, we got a lot of attention for that one, but it was a good episode.
Dude, awesome. Great. Well, everybody can go check out that episode too.
Check it out.
Great. Gene, you're the man. Thanks. We'll have to have you back
guys.
sometime.
Yeah, please, anytime.
All right, and we're back.
We're back.
That was great. Thank you, Gene.
Thank you, Gene.
Would you now that the conversation with Gene is over,
how'd
you feel about talking to him?
I was sunstroked out during that interview, but I had a great time. I just like listening to him talk.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have much to say.
I felt like I think you know a lot more about like art and animation than I do, and cartoons and stuff, and so I enjoyed hearing you talk about that with Gene.
Oh, thank you.
So I guess this was our animation episode.
Yeah.
Last week was our UFO episode. Next week, we're going to do something dastardly. We're going to have a demonic episode.
Yeah.
Because we have a very special guest.
Could be very nice and very evil.
Johnny.
Yeah.
What is that? Are you hinting at what I think you are? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for all the wrestling marks out there.
All you fucking marks.
We are going to be interviewing professional wrestler Danhausen.
Hell yeah, I'm hyped.
I am too. We're very excited. So join us again next week for that interview. It's going to be very fun, very interesting. All right, let's talk about some good Florida news. Wait.
Dude, so much Florida news.
I still have my paper from all the bad Florida news. I don't actually have good Florida news.
Oh.
I have good Hawaii news.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke, this asshole. You know what he was caught doing? This article actually says he was caught doing something. Now, when you hear Dick Van Dyke, 95-year-old star of Mary Poppins, was caught doing something in...
My mind is racing.
Yeah, in the year 2021, you're probably thinking, oh, God... His name is already Dick Van Dyke. Yeah. You know, he's skating on thin ice. One wrong move, and this dude will be stricken from the record books.
They have to start bleeping his name.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he was caught giving money to people in Malibu. They saw Dick Van Dyke going to an ATM, and they're like, "Hey, Dick Van Dyke, what are you doing?" And there were job seekers. Yeah, people who were like looking for jobs in Malibu because, times are tough. Pandemic has put a lot of people out of work, and he was just giving away money. 95-year-old Dick Van Dyke. Time to change his name officially to Nice Van Dyke. Nice Van Dyke.
He's a Bernie bro.
Really?
Yeah, he was.
What were you going to say his last name should be?
I don't know.
I mean, to me, it's just Dick.
Yeah. Whenever I hear his name, I think about Bob Ross because he had Van Dyke Brown was one of his colors.
Yeah. I think everybody has their favorite Bob Ross color. Mine is titanium white.
Oh, yeah. I like phthalo blue.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Comment your favorite Bob Ross color.
Yeah.
If you haven't commented anything else so
and
far
I'll be
in this
putting
episode.
them all on the bottom of the screen here.
Yeah. I like putting like 3 or 4 things out to call people to comment on. That way you have your choice. You're like, I don't want to comment on that. I don't have an opinion on that. I do have a favorite Bob Ross color. So,
Sometimes I forget you do that and I'll see a weird comment. I'm like, what happened?
Sometimes I forget I say them all the time. I know I'm going to forget. I already forgot the 2 I said earlier in this episode. Comment what the 3 topics were.
Yeah, do that.
This episode so that everybody knows what to comment on. Thank you. All right. And here's some positive news. If you're pro-vaccine. AstraZeneca COVID vaccine 70% effective against B.1.17 variants.
Fuck yeah.
That means this new vaccine developed by AstraZeneca,
which is from the UK,
is
good against the UK variant.
Good against the UK variant.
Fuck yeah.
And they went on to say it is overall pretty strong against all forms of COVID-19, but it's specifically and particularly strong against that one, and is also one of the earliest ones to be tested.
They had some bad press recently because people were getting thrombosis from that vaccine, but
oh shit,
they said it was such a small, like it was like every vaccine has its issues. Even with like the flu vaccine, it was such a minute amount of people getting it that they were like, yeah, we're just gonna keep going. But everyone's so afraid of these vaccines already that people were like, what the fuck, thrombosis? Like, I already have this vaccine. Like, what do I do? And it apparently wasn't that big of a deal.
You know, I already have my first shot of the vaccine. I just signed up to get my second shot of the vaccine. Holy shit. Next week.
Oh shit. Yeah, because you have Pfizer and Moderna. I have to wait.
Dude, I might be fucked up for next week's show.
Dude.
Oh, no.
No, fuck, dude. Danhausen's going to be pissed. He's going to fucking put teeth in our mouth.
All right. I promised you guys, no matter what, I will be here on next week's show. Fucking shivering, fucking barfing. I'll be telling you all the vaccine side effects I'm going through. I might be here dying on stage.
I got fucked up with the first one. You didn't. So the second one might fuck you up.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I didn't get really affected by the first one, but I have not heard of a single person not being affected by the second shot, to the point where I'm a little nervous. Because when I signed up to get the vaccine, people were saying like, oh, it might make you feel sick, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really think about it. But as time goes on and more controversy about the vaccine, you know, I read articles about people who are hesitant to get it, are scared of side effects.
Yeah.
And some of this stuff is not really, I don't believe it. I don't believe the stuff that they believe, but I still read it because I want to know what people think out there. And legitimately, the more I read that stuff, it does like scare me, because a lot of the reasoning against the vaccine is just kind of like casting doubt. You know, they don't have any hard facts, but it's just, they just cast doubt and they just be like, well, nobody knows, you know, and they just plant that seed, and then it like, you know, it does get under my skin.
Yeah.
But then I just want to say, you go out and, you know, if you look at the research of people who have studied this for their entire lives, not just the last year, they have strong opinions on it too. And then you choose who you want to believe. And I go with, you know, those guys.
Me too.
I've already got my first shot. I mean, I'm in the machine
fucked.
now. What do you do? Like knock at your second shot?
Yeah.
You just fucking, the microchip's in there. If I don't get the second shot, they're going to send the robot dog to track me down and fucking bite me with the vaccine teeth.
Yeah, because you don't want to burn the books. They're going to send the robot dog after you.
By the way,
Fahrenheit 451.
I get it. Fahrenheit 451. They burn the books.
Sorry.
You know, in the future, when we have AI robot dogs patrolling the streets, there ain't going to be this option to not get the vaccine.
This fucking tail's going to come out with the vaccine. Fucking
it's going to have a scorpion tail. Eyeball. This robot dog is going to knock on your door. You're going to be like, who is it? Looking through the peephole. Pow! You've been vaccinated.
That would be awesome.
So, you know, what a time to be alive.
I have some more videos if you want to.
Fuck yes, please.
Okay, cool.
You said, all right, this is going to be an extra long episode. People like the long episodes.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple short ones, and I have one that I need you to watch all the way through. Well, first of all, I just want to say this was March 19th in South Beach.
This was like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. So,
what are they chanting?
I don't fucking know. But that's pretty crazy.
Hold up.
Just having a good time.
I know.
No mask, not a mask in sight.
Play it again. I want to watch it again. Just let it play and then play it again. You know, I'm going to be fucking stoked when all this shit's over.
Yeah.
Like, I look at this and I'm getting like kind of residual
hype,
endorphin kick off of it. You know, like I feel like I'm there a little bit. It makes me excited.
Yeah.
I do miss this crazy shit, man.
Well,
I miss walking the streets surrounded by, you know,
strangers.
All right, yeah, honestly, this isn't for everybody. But one time, dude, I don't know why my mom did this, but she took me to Las Vegas on New Year's Eve.
Okay, that sounds crazy.
It was fucking insane. I can't describe it, and it'll make you want to die. I was, I don't know, maybe like 14 years old. I think my parents had like recently separated, and my mom just wanted to do something crazy to have a fun time with me.
Yeah.
Maybe I may have been 15 or something. We went to Las Vegas for New Year's Eve. She did not know what the fuck we were getting into. My mom doesn't like to drink or gamble. She went
to the wrong place at the wrong time.
She just likes parties and spectacles and people. Like she just really likes social situations.
Yeah.
It was literally like we were on the strip. They closed off the casino entrances. They closed off the city streets. So if you were on the strip, you were stuck on the strip.
Okay.
And I remember walking with my mom, holding her hand so tight. And it was like a stranger's back was against my chest and a stranger's chest was against my back.
Yeah.
And I was just like holding on to my mom. And we were just walking down the street like that.
Holy shit.
And we must have walked an entire block and just like body to body sandwiched in between two strangers. It was New Year's Eve. There were thousands of people there. And I remember, and they were drunk. It was crazy. And I remember my mom being like, she was shouting at me, we have to get off the street. And we found like some exit into some like hotel, thankfully. But yeah, they were like kind of funneling people. A lot of people, I don't know if I could handle that now as an adult.
No.
I don't know. As a kid, I was just like, this is wild. Wow. New Year's Eve in Vegas. What an experience. And now as an adult, I'm like, that's gross and disgusting. Like, there's no way my mom knew what she was getting into.
Yeah. When I was in college, one time I went back home and then I took the train back, and I think it was Halloween or like a couple days before Halloween. In New York, they do a huge Halloween parade.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where it was. So I just like took the subway to where I usually take it. And I came out and it was like up the stairs, there was immediately people and like a wall of people. And I went, oh, like I couldn't even move.
Yeah.
And I just see like fucking floats going by and I was like, oh, this is fucked up. And I couldn't even go backwards because there's a bunch of people coming up. And I just got stuck there for like an hour. Like I just had to be, and I slowly was able to make my way down a side street. But, and then there was like cops with barricades and I was fucking, that was terrible.
Trying to move in those situations is a nightmare. That's worst case scenario. But I think being in something less crowded than that, I think that experience made it easier to function in like large social settings that are even a little bit out of control, like going to concerts and I don't know, getting into a mosh pit or something.
I miss
like
that a lot.
I miss it too. I don't miss it to that level, but when I see this video, I'm like, yeah, I do miss that.
Well, I have another video from South Beach.
Okay.
So this is
all right, is it the Joker?
He's saying fuck COVID's over. Fuck COVID, it's over, baby. He throws money in the air. South Beach Joker, baby. That's about it. I thought that was funny. What the fuck is happening in South Beach?
Bro,
wilding out like that.
My hair's standing up. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting teary-eyed, man.
What the fuck? Why?
You know what? Let me tell you something, bro.
Sure.
Batman isn't real.
But the Joker is.
The Joker is fucking real.
The Joker is like the collective consciousness.
Dude, yes. I'm having
America.
a moment here because literally what I just saw
was the Joker.
Was the real Joker. And it wasn't some fucking character from a comic book. I'm a little scared for society because I just saw the real fucking Joker, man. I saw the guy with the white makeup and the hair waving a flag, screaming COVID's over.
Yeah, fuck
COVID's not over.
Throw money in the
Joker says COVID's over.
Yeah.
And he throws money in the air and people come close together to grab it. When you're in the middle of a pandemic, he's fucking baiting people to gather around. He's celebrating like. Damn,
I felt like a scene from a Purge movie.
I'm just like amazed. I'm a little bit amazed. We talked about Joker Gang on the Mega64 podcast. Joker Gang is real, man.
Joker Gang is real.
I mean, when I say that, like, people take it seriously. And they're like, I'm the Joker.
That guy said you beat up fucking a Batman impersonator.
Yeah, like,
not even the real Batman. He just said an impersonator.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, he hates Batman that much.
Yeah.
I don't think Batman Gang is out there. Maybe, but it's not like nobody takes Batman as seriously as that to that level. But people take Joker fucking seriously to the point where like I'm starting to believe Joker as an idea is transcending. It's becoming
collective consciousness.
It is entering the collective consciousness. It's transcending comics. It's transcending pop culture. Joker is real.
There's gonna be like history book fucking sections about the Joker. I feel like
there might be. There might be some guy someday who takes on the persona of the
Joker president
and does something historic.
Joker president.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's not Joker president. Maybe
Joker senator.
Yeah, Joker senator. You know what? I wouldn't put it past
I'd vote for Joker senator.
In 25 years from now, in 30 years from now, 50 years from now, I wouldn't put it past some dude with dyed green hair and his name has been officially changed to the Joker. And he's like bleached skin, like he bleached his skin, so it's not even makeup. And he's like, but I really believe in like firm policies, fair policies for like all Americans. People are like, fuck it, dude, I'm voting for the Joker. You know,
there was like
at this point, that's the fucking trajectory we're on. And let me tell you, people, they don't call me Derek Stradamus for nothing.
No,
I think we're going to elect the Joker someday.
There was, I don't remember what it was, but in the UK, there was that whole thing where like anyone can run for office and someone in the comments will let me know what it actually is, but it's like anyone can run and they do this whole thing where you're on stage and you have to like announce I'm running for parliament or whatever. And one year it was just fucking psycho people. This one dude was like, I'm Mr. X, and he had this giant fucking tube on his head. And he's like, I'm gonna rule over all of you. Like he was just a super villain. And like they have to like they have some law where like they have to like let him have his moment. So he's like, I'm running for parliament, but I'm gonna rule all over. And it's like, I think they stopped doing that after that year. But that guy legitimately got traction after that. They're like, I'll vote for him. I'll vote for the evil fucking tube man. I wish I could find a photo of him. I'll try to find one real quick.
By the way, Batman White Knight. That's the plot of that comic book. Joker gets elected as a congressman. And Batman becomes the bad guy. What the heck? The crazy world we live in. Only a Zoomer would read such a thing. What are you looking at? Are you Googling shit?
I'm trying to find
You're
that
on your fucking phone. We're doing a podcast,
I'm trying
Johnny.
to find that evil guy that ran for fucking British Parliament or whatever. I can't find it. Whatever.
Right.
Some of the comments.
You have some videos loaded up, I believe.
Do. Okay.
Instead of Googling new content.
Yeah. This is the blood boiler of this week. You ready?
Fire it up.
Are they calling security?
Woman admits to having COVID and threatened to infect us for not giving up our table, and Universal did nothing and allowed her to stay in the park.
No, get up. Get out of my table now. I asked you politely. When our food comes, I want you to leave. I ask you nicely.
Her
when
tone
our
is
food comes, I want you to leave.
driving me insane.
You're a little kid that has no manners, and you said, no, I don't want to move.
No, I told you nicely that I'm sitting here.
And I told you nicely, I'm having food here.
I'm sorry about that. That's not my problem.
No, yeah, and it's not
Can
my
you just
problem.
stop talking to her?
It's not my problem.
Stop talking to
Unless you
her.
want to get COVID.
Maybe
I mean, you weren't sitting here and they were
Yeah, I
sitting
know,
here.
but I went to get the food. Be considerate.
Right.
Just
Speechless,
Where's your whole family? You said you have a big family.
Where is
Where's
this?
it at?
Universal Florida?
I think so.
Coming,
Just stop.
Okay,
Of course
so
it
leave.
is.
You're
Florida
making it
shouts
worse.
out.
Yeah, I don't think California one is open yet.
You're doing way too much. You're just messing with yourself right now.
Okay, yeah, and you're getting my COVID more exhausted. You're gonna get me really ill.
And it's funny because you're making this big scene and then
Oh, that was it. I wish there was more.
Oh man, you know, geez, I feel so bad for those people who are just trying to chill there on that bench. So according to like what I observed there, people were sitting on a bench and this woman sat on top of the picnic table and
I think,
told them to move.
I think she told them, I'm going to be back and I'm going to sit here like nicely or something. And the people were like, okay, what the fuck? I'm sitting here right now. And I think in her head, she was like, oh, I told them that they're going to go. So they're going to go. And then she came back and they were still there and was like, had some fucking, I don't know. I don't know what was going wrong in her brain where she thought like it became her table.
Yeah.
But she did, and that happened. She started sitting on the
You
fucking
ever been
table.
in a cafe or a coffee shop or something where you order food? You're there with like some friends, but it's like seat yourself. There's no like, you can get food, but tables are for anybody. And you're there with like 3 people or 4 people. You have a group, you have food. You know, you're holding it in your hands like this, and you see like 2 people with just like half a drink, half a cup each, and they're just like, so
you can ask. I would ask nicely.
Tell me more about like, what are you doing with the cactuses or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I never say shit to anybody. I don't ask anybody for their table.
Oh, me either.
Even if I'm like over, you know, I just feel like you're here. You you got the table, dude. Talk about cactuses with whoever. Like, sip your fucking latte. I do get mad, but I don't say shit. You know,
you're not gonna sit on their table.
Sometimes I find myself like staring daggers into the back of their head, being like, turn around and see that we need your fucking table. But I don't say it. You know?
Yeah.
I think that is the American way, to look at them with a stern look and say it mentally. But you can't say it, you know, with your mouth physically.
I mean, if worst came to worst, like, and it had been hours, I would eventually be like, hey, sorry, but like, I really can't find a table. Like, is it cool if I get this one when you're done? I would say something like that. Not say like, can you get up? I'll be like, when you're done, is it cool if I have your table? And I would hope it would instill them like, oh yeah, we'll go right now. But I wouldn't fucking sit on someone's table and demand that they give to me.
Yeah. That was crazy. You know, she doesn't know who she's messing with, and that guy could have been psycho and just like,
he sounded,
you know, suplexed her or something. Okay, this next video, what do you got for us?
Okay, this is my final video. It's pretty long. We should watch all of it though.
8 minutes.
I have to leave this behind.
Yeah, I think so.
This guy looks like Robert De Niro.
This is in Canada, by the way.
$2. I'm going to leave this money behind.
Pause this.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're 20 seconds into the video, and the assumption here is that this guy can leave money and walk out of a store. And that is a fair transaction.
Yeah,
and the idea that a store can refuse service to a customer for any reason is unbelievable to some people. You know, if you've ever
he's already an anti-masker. So.
Clearly, if you've ever seen the shirt, the sign that says "No shoes, no shirt, no service."
Yeah,
these people fundamentally don't believe that can legally be enforced. In fact, they think that sign and that sentiment is an infringement on their own personal right to shop wherever they like.
I feel like these people would understand that sign, but for some reason the mask like boggles their brain.
I just want to say I understand where this video is going.
Yeah.
All right, let's fire it up.
So he left the money.
You're gonna get charged.
Leave that right now. We didn't accept it. Leave right now. No.
There's the $5 bill.
We are not accepting that $5 bill. It hasn't been scanned.
They refuse your service.
There we go. I paid for it.
No, you didn't.
I paid for it.
Leave that right now. Leave.
I just paid $5.
What's he buying?
for
Soap?
Yeah,
of course he's
Irish
buying
spray.
soap.
Right now.
Yeah.
So
This guy's a scumbag, so he needs a bar of soap.
don't touch me.
Oh, the cops are there.
Right there.
They're ready.
They're all yelling at me. It's weird. Anyway, that's $5. You guys have my money. It's right there.
I like that 6 minutes from now, this guy will be in handcuffs. I just know the cops are there, and I know where this is
Dave
going.
did touch me, so I may or I may not.
This video lulls, but I feel like it
yeah.
strong.
Yeah, because this guy
Dave,
is about to have a reality check.
I just paid $5 for $3 worth of soap.
So they owe him money.
Yeah, so it's actually they committed
I
a
gotta buy
crime.
soap. I got a shower. My God, what a horror! This one here.
Call her whore.
I think he said she was
You're
horrible.
under arrest for assault. You're under arrest, guys. This is a citizen's arrest. Dave from Dave's No Frills.
What?
You are under arrest for assault. 2 counts. You have the right to remain silent.
So the manager
Say can,
touched him,
and
so
will be used
he's
against you in
citizen
court of
arresting
law.
him now.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I have to take this man into custody. I have to. Here.
Oh,
He has
no.
to. I have
to touch
Oh,
him.
no. Shut the
he's now in
fuck
custody.
up.
No, you're not going anywhere. No, you're under arrest. I said. This is citizen's arrest for assault times 2.
I can't
Okay.
handle the idea
Dave,
of
you're not
a
going
person thinking they have the
No,
authority
you're under
to do this. The
Nope.
the amount
This is citizen's arrest.
of
Hey, you guys saw it. Hit me
fucking
twice.
balls on this
I had to
guy
defend myself
to
against this.
exist in a
You
world
are
where he
under
can
arrest,
fucking
Dave.
do and say whatever the fuck he wants
Yeah.
is amazing.
Canada, baby.
Black and yellow.
Anywhere.
Citizen's arrest. He's not going anywhere till the cops get here. Oh, that's.
So this guy's calling the
No, you're not
cops.
going anywhere. Stay right where you are.
Yeah. And I have 3 others in the
Now
parking
keep the
lot.
camera on this guy.
This is like
I
Yeah.
thought this guy was going to
Stay
get
here.
arrested. I didn't see the twist that he was going to arrest the store
Oh,
manager.
Please
yeah.
Don't get involved. Thank you.
This
All
is
right.
like
Now stay here, Dave.
textbook
You're not going
delusional.
Nah.
Like
Stay here.
delusional.
You think this
You
guy
are in
is an
custody.
ex-cop
Do you
or
understand?
security
You are
guard?
in custody.
Probably.
He's breaking
I
proto.
already have. I've arrested this man. Citizen's arrest. I need the police here immediately.
You need to go away.
He does
No,
feel like
he's under
the
arrest.
Canadian
Citizen's arrest.
Fed smoker.
You're not going anywhere, Dave. Stay here.
This guy's the Canadian Fed smoker.
Citizen's arrest.
Fed smoker in the wild.
No, you leave him.
Who's this guy helping him
right
film? Oh, this is another guy.
Assault charge coming.
He's got. There's two.
You guys back off.
Nope. Get out of here.
You're
You.
in his face.
You get out of here.
You're
He's
not wearing a mask.
He's
You're
in
his
my
fucking
custody.
face.
Get out of
He's
here.
in his
Back
custody,
off.
dude.
6 feet, please.
Back off.
6 feet, please.
Back off, sir.
You're under arrest for assault.
Back off, sir.
You're under arrest for
Back
assault.
off, sir.
You're under arrest for
You don't
assault.
need to be out here in anyone's
You are
face
under
like
arrest
that.
for assault.
Finally,
Arrest
a
me.
real
You are
hero.
now in
Touch
custody.
me. Touch me. Arrest me.
Sir,
Arrest me.
both these guys. Both these guys, right here.
Here are the cops.
Both these guys. There we go. No, here. Okay.
Wait, no, you're arresting the wrong guy.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm on your side.
Of this man.
All right,
Right
you
here.
have the right to a lawyer.
Right, Dave?
You have the right to a lawyer.
I don't try.
And you don't have to say anything.
I
but
caught-
if
hey,
you
guys.
say maybe give it evidence, okay?
Guys,
All right, come with
I
me.
made a sure.
Come with me.
I know we're just silently watching
I
this.
know.
ladies and gentlemen. I haven't seen this video before.
Yeah, no, no
It's like
worries.
a riveting movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Not to talk to you. Okay, guys.
We'll be back.
Look how
All right,
nice the
guys,
cops
listen
are
up.
about this.
Go ahead.
Look how efficient they are. They just
Yeah.
come up and they put your hands behind your back. Like, wait, don't you want to hear my story? Nah, you have the right to a lawyer.
Get in the car, please.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Get in the car, please.
Guys, I made a
Can
citizen's
you back
arrest.
up just a bit, please? Thank you.
Gentlemen, okay, I made a citizen's arrest. Dave assaulted me twice. It's all
Once
on
in the store,
camera.
once out here.
I made a legal citizen's arrest.
Legal.
All right.
He's
Sounds
in
good.
custody.
All right.
You guys have to take him into custody now.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you absolutely do.
Okay.
Guys, what's going on?
Please
Guys,
get in the car.
What's
I
going
will.
on?
No, you'll get in now.
Guys,
You will
sir,
get in the car now.
I made a
You
legal
will get in the
citizen's.
car now.
Sir,
Get in the car.
Okay, come on, man.
Get in the
Come
car.
on, man.
No.
It was legal. It was a legal citizen's arrest.
I want to talk to a lawyer. Get in
I
the
would
car.
love to talk to a lawyer.
Get
guys.
in the car, man.
But I'm curious about why
This
it is
cop's
I
like,
made
"Bro,
a
get
citizen's
in the
arrest.
car."
I did it live on Instagram.
If you want to
And you're arresting me.
Live on. He's arrested live on Instagram. That's the best part.
Sir. I made
If
it.
you want to give me a statement, then by all means, I will take
Well,
one from you.
get Dave
But
assaulted
get in
me
the car.
twice. Okay, so are you going to arrest Dave?
No. Get in the car.
Why not?
Because I just told you no. Get in the car.
Heartbreaking.
We made a citizen's.
All right, you have 5 seconds before I drag you into the car.
You guys got badge numbers?
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 triple D 4.
What's that?
What is it? You heard me.
No,
Yeah,
didn't. Actually, we didn't.
One.
I only
Okay.
have to give it to you
Okay,
once.
here.
That's it.
Here, guys,
Nope.
this is my
Yeah.
soap.
Yeah, grab a soap.
This is my soap.
That's a soap.
All right,
He
get in
paid
the
for
car.
it.
Do you mind if I ask why?
You
you're
don't
not
want to drop
taking Dave
that
into custody?
when you're in
Get
custody.
in the truck, man.
Sir, like,
Not looking
Bad
good
things
for you.
happen.
sir.
Press your
I'm-
assault
I'm-
charges.
Like, it's 2 assault charges.
Get in the truck, man.
Do it.
And now,
Hey, hey, this is not called for.
police brutality.
Oh, this is gonna go wild,
Police
guys.
brutality.
Oh, eh? He was just trying to get his Timmy. Oh, bonus Karen. Might have to cut this out.
Have you seen this?
No, I don't know what this is.
All right. Bonus video.
Okay, fuck it.
Some fucking idiot that said I did it. They
Whoa.
told all these people that I did it. They thought they really believed it.
I already have notes to show they did it.
Fuck, you don't have shit, lady.
I'm sorry.
Fuck that. Call my ass. Come on, Kim. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, Kim.
Bullshit.
She's
The fucker's still over
Why are
there.
you talking to her that way for, dude?
Poor Kim.
Huh?
Why are you talking to her that way? You're
What do you care?
You're disrespectful
What do
to
you care?
a woman, dude.
That's her job.
Dude, it's not her job to
It's
get
not
yelled
a-
at by
she's
you.
not a woman, a man. She's
You're
an
cursing at her.
employee.
You're cursing at her.
Fuck off.
You fuck off,
Fuck
dude.
off.
You fuck off.
You got some great manners there,
Shut
dude.
your mouth.
Put your mask up, bro.
Huh?
Put
Fuck
your
you.
mask up.
Fuck.
How about I cough on you?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you're a great dude, aren't you?
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. You know, I always feel bad when I see guys like that out with their old lady. You know,
Yeah.
because it always seems like the woman's just like so nice. Like, imagine you're shopping in Walmart and you like turn the corner and your fucking husband is masked down, telling like the lady, "Fuck you, you stupid bitch, and you're a fucking clown. I'll kick your ass." And she's like, "Ah."
That's
I fucking leave Harold in Walmart for 5 minutes and he fights 2 people.
that's what it was like going to restaurants with my dad. I don't know what is with him sometimes, but it's like if a waiter doesn't constantly come over and refill his drink, the man melts down. I'll do an impression of it. All right, imagine this is full of Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Or I just finished it. Where the fuck is this waiter? I'm sitting here for 5 fucking minutes. So he has. What the?
I remember.
I'm gonna go get him.
You and me went out to eat. We went to a diner 2 years ago. We went to a diner 2 years ago, and then I think it was like time to like go to an appointment or go to work or something. Yeah. And the woman like wouldn't bring the check, and I was like, 20 fucking minutes. She won't bring the check. And
I understand that.
Yeah. And then afterwards we left, and you were like, I was amazing because going out to eat with my dad, it would have been like the whole restaurant would have been burned down.
Yeah. He like walks up and goes like, "Hey, refill!" Like, and the whole restaurant's like, "The fuck is okay?"
Somebody get that guy a refill,
or he's gonna fucking kick our asses.
I wish I could be that guy. Your dad, when I met him, he was so alpha, bro. Like, God, dude controls the room. Can only aspire to be that. Yeah, he gets his refills, doesn't he? Johnny, you're here subverting everything. Does he control the room? I'm his son. He doesn't control my room. He doesn't control me. Doesn't control me. Well, those were 2 videos. Wow, I didn't even know what to say. So getting back to that video, the guy made a citizen arrest. And it was all downhill from there. Never make a citizen's arrest.
Yeah, when you're getting arrested yourself.
Yeah, and then wait for the police. Like, aren't you going to take that guy in? No.
There's a really great moment in there. We were talking over it for a second where he just goes, where he takes a breath as they have him in cuffs. He's like, "Can I just ask why?"
I heard that.
And the cop's like, "No, you're going to the van."
I mean, you're not wearing a mask. You broke the mandate. You stole the bar of soap,
some soap,
and then you did a citizen's arrest, which is another word for. I mean, technically, it's kidnapping if you try to detain somebody.
Yeah.
So you're going to jail. Craziness out there. There's so much craziness out there in the world.
People are getting headbutted. People are stealing soap.
Yeah. Some people think we're crazy, but we're the only sane 2 guys on the internet, it seems like sometime. That's why you stick with us. So we could get your head twisted on tight and make sense of everything happening in this crazy world. We're going to be checking in next week on how everybody in Texas is doing and how everybody in Florida is doing, how everybody in California, New York, and everybody in the States, coast to coast and around the world are doing.
Yep.
You know, I like that this show has taken some turns.
Me too.
I think I like the show better when it's a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah, like I liked when we talked about aliens. That was fun.
Yeah, aliens were fun. I definitely want to do a deep dive on Bigfoot.
Yeah,
and other North American monsters of folklore.
That's gonna be I don't know if we should do like a full episode of cryptids or if we pick one. No, we should do mad cryptids.
We'll do an episode of a couple of cryptids, and in fact, I think we'll start working on that to come up pretty soon. But next week, as we said, we have a special guest. Danhausen will be joining us. We hope you join us as well. It's going to be an interesting time, a great conversation. That's all we have for this week.
Yeah. Just remember, vote Joker 2024. We could do this together.
The Joker is real.
The Joker is real.
And he says pandemic is over.